To this story now, pensioners and recipients of social grants have been experiencing problems at Sassa branches. Western Cape Social Development MEC Shama Fernandez says her office is being swamped with complaints. Now, these include late payment of social grants and in some cases non-payment. eNCA senior reporter Ayesha Ismail joins us for more on this. Good morning, Ayesha. So there seems to be never-ending problems. What exactly is happening with either late payments or non-payment?
Well, there's a variety of issues, and I have to say that Sassa has different days to deal with different issues. Today, for instance, as you can see, there's quite a long queue outside the Belleville local office. People sitting here are coming to either apply for disability grants or they're coming here to bring back their application forms. But it actually makes no sense because some people are saying that they have applied online, and even if you do apply online, you still have to come back and come and sit in this queue. I spoke to some people this morning who were saying to me that they've been here since yesterday. Can you believe it? Since yesterday afternoon, 4 o'clock. They slept here overnight. They talk about load shedding and how dangerous it is for them to be sitting out here late at night into the early hours of the morning. And this is all because they are all trying to apply for social grants. Now, of course, we're sitting with a huge problem in South Africa because of poverty and unemployment, but we have 29 million people who rely on social grants. But I'm just going to speak to some of the people here in the queue just to find out from them what time they were here this morning and what are the issues that they are experiencing. Ma'am, what time did you come to sit in the queue this morning, or did you come yesterday?
I was here yesterday, 4 o'clock in the evening. I'm still sitting here. I'm waiting for them to help me. They said I must wait. I don't know what time I must wait. I didn't even drink my medication. I'm in chronics in Symphony Way Clinic. But I'm still sitting here. I'm waiting. I don't know when.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, you are also one of the people that has been sitting and waiting for hours?
Yes.
What time did you come?
4 o'clock yesterday.
4 o'clock yesterday?
Yes.
And what are you here for?
I'm bringing the forms.
So you've already filled in your forms?
Yes. Yes.
So the issue is also, again, the fact that people have to sit here and wait to fill in forms, and once they filled in the forms, they have to come back on another day to come and sit in these long queues. And I'm just going to walk around the corner so that you can see it's not only the people sitting outside the office here, there are also dozens of people sitting right down here, and all these people are coming here to either apply for their disability grants, or they're coming back. You can see some people are sitting with their application forms. So when did you apply for your disability grant? Is u hier vir 'n grant?
Ja.
Is mevrou hier vir 'n grant?
Ek kom saam hom.
En vir wat is die grant?
Met disability.
En hoe laat het u gekom?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock vanoggend of gister?
Vanoggend. Vanoggend.
Vanoggend. So some people arrived yesterday afternoon, slept over here. Others have come at the crack of dawn. It is a difficult situation, and we will be speaking to Sassa a little later today. But I did speak to the MEC for Social Development, who also talked about the fact that her office is inundated with people calling the office, asking for help. And this is what she said today when she came to visit this office.
Many people wait for that 350 Rand for 3-4 months. And in that time, they are calling my office to ask for food aid, for rent money, or whatever it might be. And unfortunately, Sassa needs to revisit its system because, as you can see, and I'm not criticizing another government entity, but the chaos that exists here is simply unacceptable, and it certainly doesn't lend itself to dignity and well-being, and the most vulnerable are impacted because they do not have that taxi fare to even get here. And when they get here, guess what happens? they get turned away. And that, sadly, is the plight of Sassa, and I'm convinced it's not only happening in Bellville, Athlone, in the Western Cape, it's probably happening across South Africa, and this is why we need an urgent review of the system, because Sassa is charged with social relief of distress in terms of legislation, yet many people are looking to borrow money to come to social development, to go to government agencies, and yet the funding lies with Sassa. But Ayesha, most importantly, the president in Sona indicated that Postbank is going to be corporatized. Now, if we cannot even manage the South African Post Office because they are closing in droves, and we can't provide people who have slept here for 12, 16 hours, where and how are we going to land this money with the most vulnerable in the shortest possible time?
Ayesha, I must say the MEC raises some very serious points there, but to wait 3 to 4 months just for that 350 is honestly very heartbreaking. Let's hope they do somehow work on their system at Sassa, because this way it's posing a bit of a health risk for most of the elderly that are there that can't even take their medication.
They can't take their medication, and a lot of them were saying to me that they had to actually borrow money to come and take a taxi or a bus or even a train to get here. Many of them might not even be attended to today, which means they have to go back home and then borrow money again to come to a Sassa office on another date.